we've been stockpiling weapons. There's a town, Concord. People say it different ways. I say Concord. She says Concord. So you'll hear it both ways. Whatever. So they've been stockpiling these weapons outside of Boston because guess what? You got Gage and the whole military there. Yeah. So do it outside. Yeah. Well, they find out about this because these soldiers are all over. They've got spies all over the place. Yeah. And so they find out. And so Gage is going to bring his men, and they're going to go there and get them.
So this is the British Army, right?
The British Army is going to come, right? Mm-hmm. Because they don't want them stockpiling weapons against them. Hello. So the colonists need to let them know. And they actually made this whole warning system ahead of time. If you've heard of the 1 if by land, 2 if by sea, what they were doing is in a church, they had a big bell tower. And so they would hang 1 or 2 lamps up, letting them know if the soldiers were going to come on the land route or the sea route, because that would let them know how long they have to get ready. Mm-hmm. So they put it up, and they need, I wish we had an organization to send messages. Wouldn't that be helpful? Like the, Committee of Correspondence. Hello. So they put up their little thing and let them know. And who's the writer? Paul Revere.
Now, there was several writers, but he's going to be the most important one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's going to yell, the regulars are coming, the regulars are coming.
I thought he said redcoats.
Redcoats.
I thought that's what I always heard, redcoats.
Well, there's different accounts in history. They say redcoats, the regulars, they say the British.
And think about this, though. They were all English, so they all, like, if you said redcoats, they'd be like, what do you mean, so what? Yeah. They said this is the regular army coming. Yeah. So that's why it really was the regulars are coming. But people say the redcoats, that's not really true. No. Okay, it's the regulars. It is. So Paul Revere is actually part of this secret organization. Yeah. So not only did he do propaganda to help with the Sons of Liberty and everything, he's one of the writers. Yeah. So he's going to go. There's going to be 3 of them. We're going to have William Dawes go and Prescott go. Samuel Prescott. Dr. Samuel Prescott. Fancy schmancy guy. Mm-hmm. So they're all going to go. And the ironic thing to me is that we only think about Paul Revere basically because of his propaganda from early Boston Massacre. He didn't even make it. He actually got captured. Right. He got captured, and they took his horse, and he had to walk back to Boston. He did not do so hot on that. All right,
he tried.
He did try. But eventually, Prescott makes it. Dawes actually goes back eventually. He gets pulled over on his horse. He gets stopped, and he doesn't. Prescott's the one that makes it. We should really be honoring that guy, but we don't. So we find out, and of course, who's going to get ready in a minute's notice?
The Minutemen.
The Minutemen. So all the way along there, they've got people ready. They got their guns out, ready to fight all the way to Concord. On the way, there's a town called Lexington. Mm-hmm. And so the soldiers are marching, and they're going to actually hit Lexington first. And that's when they're first going to see these Minutemen. Mm-hmm. So, actually, that's a little early. But in Lexington is where they'll meet them. There's going to be a place called Lexington Green, which is just like the green area there. It's just like a grassy open area. And so that's when the first shots are going to happen. And the colonists aren't going to do so hot. They're going to shoot and get shot at, and they're going to all run away. And so the army's like, whatever, and they just keep marching. And finally they get to Concord, and then we get to the North Bridge.
Right.
So this is where they're on both sides, and this is really the beginning of the whole thing.
The beginning of the Revolutionary War.
Yeah. And I should say this. In Lexington, we have what's called the shot heard around the world, which is the first shot of the Revolution. Yep. All right, so that's in Lexington.
And so even though war hadn't officially been declared, it's always said that the shots heard around the world actually started what's going to be known as the American Revolution, the Revolutionary War.
But we didn't even have an army.
We didn't even have
So that's why this isn't the first battle. Right. This is not the first battle, which is going to matter.
Yeah.
Because we're going to ask you separately. Yeah. This is the first shot of the war.
Exactly.
And the first battle, we'll get to in a little bit. Right. So, and by the way, since we had the Committee of Correspondence get there and warn everybody, the guns weren't even there. They marched all the way to Concord, and there's no guns to steal. Guns. So, bummer for them. They had to march back, and the whole way back, they're getting shot at by Minutemen. Ambush. They're like climbing trees and like sniping at them.
Yeah, so you're going to see a lot of guerrilla warfare. In there as well. So the colonists they've become experts at this. They've been learning
that?
Probably from the Native Americans.
They're the ones who do Indian
guerrilla
warfare. Yeah.
And you will also see some slaves who've escaped during this time to actually join, who are going to start capturing, just gruesomely killing people because they're thinking, hey, if we revolt, if we help these colonists revolt, maybe we can later on join the efforts with them to end slavery.
Maybe.
You never know.
Never know. It's worth a shot.
Yeah, so you see a few escaped slaves that actually come and help during this time as well.
Exactly. So boom, the Revolutionary War has begun.
Yep.
So now we're going to have to make an army and do all the other crazy stuff we got to do.
But what about the official declaration of war? During this time period, don't we see a lot of official declarations where people actually write it down on paper, we are going to be in war today? So,
well, we're still part of England.
Yeah, we are still part of England.
I guess we're going to have to break up soon.
I guess we need to. Breaking up is hard to do.
It is. Oh, well. All right, so you're good to go now. You got your No You Didn't chart done. Yep. Everything's good.
Well, just make sure you study. Keep studying. Read your textbook.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
Play games on Quizlet, quizzes, Kahoot, whatever. Learn this information. It's going to be very important moving forward. History is a story. Put the pieces of the story together. Understand all the important people and terms, events that happen, and you'll be good to go.
Boo!
See y'all later.
All right. Should we leave the dab in there?
Yeah, of course.